Hi, this is Tim with RCNoob.com. If you're into scale RC, there's no doubt that you like to add as many accessories and scale items to it as possible. And if you're into driving your rig at night, you not only want to keep it looking scale, but you want to keep it functioning, so you're going to want to add lights. Well, for that, there's any number of light options, and light accessories that you can add to it. And we're going to take a look at one of the newer ones from a newer brand on the market, and that brand is Powershift RC Technologies. Jonathan at Powershift was very kind in sending me these big square pods to take a closer look at. These are LED light pods in 3D printed housings. Jonathan, if you're not familiar with his work or Powershift RC Technologies products or their work, Jonathan is an amazing wizard when it comes to making things scale, making things functional. I've seen just an amazing number of little projects and experiments that he's done and he has set up around the world of RC. So I'm excited to take a closer look at these. We've got our two big square pod LED light fixtures. Again, I said those were 3D printed. We'll take a closer look at those, the detail work there. As far as wiring on these, you can see there's the exposed wire leads at the end, so you're going to need to hook those up, either solder them or tie them, and get those set up yourself. Everything else, this looks really, really nice. So here's a closer look at the housing itself. As you can see, if you're familiar with 3D printed products and items, you'll know and notice that there are lines that you can see, as those are the layers being put down by the printer. The layers here are very, very minimal. You can still tell it's 3D printed, but it doesn't bother me at all. I think this looks very, very nice. It seems to be a very sturdy, incredibly sturdy piece. There's a mounting hole on the bottom. It's recommended that a LiPo battery is used with this light system. I don't have LiPos on me at the moment, so I'm going to be using a 7.2 volt nickel metal battery. Just a tiny little pack. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes. So let's just test out the brightness so we can get an idea of how these big square pods light up. There we go. Now we have light. That's pretty decent. And again, we have the lights on in the background, so that makes things maybe a little misleading. The flickering, not from the wiring on the light itself. I just want to throw a disclaimer out there. Like, I'm literally putting the leads into the battery end, so that's why there's flickering. When I had constant pressure on, everything was nice and solid. Let's go ahead, turn the lights off, and just really give this a look and see how bright these lights actually are. Okay, lights are off. The pod has been charged and powered up. That's bright, folks. That is bright. So you've got 9 LED points in there, and that is bright. I'm gonna definitely put these on my bomber. That will light up the trail nicely. And that's just off of nickel metal battery. Again, you can use LiPo. Probably get a better result. So I'm going to be wiring these up to a more constant connection. We'll give these a tug and get the other lights back on. All right, so that was a nice little test of the Powershift RC big square pods. There they are, both of them. You do get 2 of them in a set. Cost on these, surprisingly, is, I think, low. And I think you're getting a tremendous deal for lighting. I have been just kind of pressure testing the casing, and the casing is very solid, very secure. Everything seems to be very well put together, well thought out, well constructed. You know, these two big square pod LED clusters are $15.99. I think that's a steal for the amount of brightness that you get. It will light the trail up. You know, I think you can mount these just about anywhere on just about any machine. The Powershift RC big square pods, available at powershiftrc.com. He's got a ton of other products out there. He has a really cool light set for the Traxxas TRX4. He just added that recently. You know, beyond that, he's got headlight kits, taillight kits, other, you know, pod setups like this. You know, so he's got you covered when it comes to lighting, and when it comes to some really neat 3D printed cases on these lights as well. Be sure to give Jonathan a look at powershiftrc.com. So with that, we're going to wrap up this real quick overview of the Powershift RC big square pods. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. I would greatly appreciate as many subscriptions as I can get, and I am doing what I can to subscribe back. So again, thank you very much for that. Until next time, my name is Tim. This has been rcnoob.com. We'll talk with you later.